Hey guys, so recently I got access to a Korean Lost Ark account, and as a result, the first thing that I did was make a breaker. And my breaker is currently 1480 item level, and it is actually really hard to push it without any previous wealth or items, materials from playing other characters. But that's besides the point. Today we are actually focusing on another aspect, which is the horizontal express that we get in Lost Ark. Now, it's already in Korea, but it is not in the West yet, of course. I'm hoping that this comes with our update this week, but I'm not sure when we'll actually get it. But this horizontal express is very nice because it gives you a lot of things like runes, things like skill points, things that you need to basically have a functioning character in the game. And it helps out people with a lot of their horizontal content and gives them a lot of what they need to start their account off without doing all that horizontal content themselves. It basically asks you to do a couple things like, one of them's like collect a Makoko, one of them's like take a look at a Vista, one of them's like just like complete a Giant's Heart quest or something like that. So they're not asking you to do a ton, but they're asking you to do kind of like a little bit of everything just to give you an experience of Lost Ark so you don't have to go and do all of it to get all of the rewards. So today I wanted to go over what are some of those things that it gives you, and specifically going over the pieces that affect your DPS. So runes and skill points, things like that. So let's start off first with the collectibles, right? Because a lot of the skill points and runes are gated behind collectibles. So, for context, I did not do any horizontal content on this account other than maybe collect a couple Makoko seeds that I just walked by. As far as the Island Souls, the Giant's Hearts, Omnium Stars, all that stuff, I've done none of it. So, what do we get? We get 43 Island Souls, we get 11 Giant's Hearts, we get 6 Omnium Stars, and we get 22 Sea Bounties. Now, let's take a the rewards that we get for these. So for Island Souls, that gets us up to the first skill point, which I would argue is the most important thing. So luckily, we do get that all set. So you don't have to worry about that at all. The next thing with the Giant's Hearts, we get, of course, the first 3 skill points. But it does not give us the fourth and final one, and that is one that we will need to be collecting on our own. Now, luckily, it gives 11 Giant Hearts, so all we need to do is collect that 12th one. And we are also missing the Focus Rune, which for some classes is going to be important, but for most classes, I'd say is unnecessary or even a luxury. So, luckily, with the Giant's Hearts, it gives us pretty much everything except for this last one, and getting this last one shouldn't be too hard either. Now, with Omnium Stars, it gives us 6 Omnium Stars, right? 6 Omnium Stars, and that gives us everything, including the 2 skill points and the Overwhelm Room, the Purple Overwhelm Room, and the Legendary Wealth Rune. So Purple Overwhelm Room, Legendary Wealth Rune, and the 2 skill points. So that is really, really good. Now this last Yellow Protection Rune I don't think is very necessary. So it basically gives us everything we need in terms of the Omnium Stars. So that's awesome. Now with Sea Bounties, 22 Sea Bounties does not really give us up much, unfortunately. The last Purple Wealth Rune is still gated behind Sea Bounties. So even if you do the Horizontal Express, you will still have to get 34 Sea Bounties to get that last Purple Wealth Rune. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Like I said, it's a starting point, but you still need to get some things past that. Now, I mentioned some of the runes that you get through getting collectibles. Now, there are also a lot of other runes that you don't get through collectibles that they just give you up front. And I would go through the entire list, but there is a lot of runes on this list, so I will just let you take a look through those runes as I scroll down. But one thing to note is that we do not actually get any of the Galewind runes. Any Galewind rune that you see in my inventory other than the green one was actually just gotten by me by doing Guardians on the server. The only one they give us, as I mentioned, is this green one. Everything else was done through Guardians, which, to be honest, is pretty fine. It's unfortunate that you don't get it up front, but Guardians are not horizontal content, so you don't actually need to, go out of your way to get them. This is a horizontal express for a reason, right? It's for all of that horizontal content. So those are the runes that you end up getting. As I mentioned, I just scrolled through them because there's a ton of them, so you can take a look at what you get and what you don't get from this list. But talking a little about what you don't get on this list, I wanted to talk a little bit about first the skill points, and then this leads into the last thing, which is the Ignia tokens. So taking a look at the skill points, I'm going to pull up the list here, and I will have that list translated here on the top left. But in terms of skill points, you don't get the skill points for, of course, as I mentioned earlier, Giant's Heart number 12, Fortune Spire floor 15 and floor 50, Wisdom Isle Reputation, the Punica Adventure Book, and the Ignia tokens. Notice I did not talk about the Ignia tokens the entire time because you might have seen it earlier, but we actually get 0 Ignia tokens from this horizontal express, which is really, really unfortunate. Now, what I will say is, while it doesn't give us the Ignia tokens, it actually does fill out a lot of these areas for us. As you can see, most things are around 70 to 80% completed. So you actually don't need to do all that much to get the rest of the things completed, right? You already have most of it completed. So if you do want to go get those last things that you're missing from it and get those, let's just say the Ignia tokens, it's not as hard as it was before. You just kind of need to go in and need to finish these pieces up, and then you will get your Ignia tokens. So there it is, guys. That is the Horizontal Express and the things that you get from it that help increase your DPS. Hopefully this video helped you out and made you a little bit more excited, or maybe less excited, I don't know, about Horizontal Express. I know that I was really looking forward and hoping that it would give us more stuff in terms of the Ignia tokens, but it does not. So yeah, it is what it is, right? So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to always hit the like button, hit the sub button, ring the bell for notifications, and also I stream on twitch.tv/MisoXChiru every night starting at 10 p.m. PST, as well as multi-streaming on YouTube as well. So if I don't see you guys on my stream, hopefully I will see y'all on the next video. All right, guys, peace out.